Hate develops with pain plus fear over time equals hate. Right? If you got a lot of bad pain that tears you down and fear of the things that you don't want to happen over time, over and over again, you become a hater. Hey guys, it's Jeremy. I'm going to be talking about haters today. What is a hater? And why am I going to talk about it? Hate is a very strong emotion. It usually has to do with a buildup of pain and fear. There's two things, right? So when you talk about hate, talk about pain and fear. Pain and fear. What is pain? Pain is two things. Pain is physical, pain is emotional. Okay? When you talk about pain in the gym, that's good pain. So there's good pain and bad pain. Good pain builds. Okay? Bad pain tears down. Okay? Bad pain is like my father abused me. Bad pain is my mother walked out of me when I was 5 years old. Whatever your pain comes from emotionally, that tears you down. Okay? It does not build you up. Good pain, going to the gym every day, builds you up. As long as you're doing it right. Over time, when you have negative pain that tears you down, okay, with fear as another factor, fear is imagining things that you do not want to happen, that are uncomfortable, that are painful, right? You're imagining these things. It's like, I want this to happen. That's good. Like you have a vision, I want this to happen. Cool, you got a dream. That's a good feeling. I don't want my wife to walk out on me. That's fear, right? You're afraid of that. And you're like, man, emotionally, you feel it when you think of something you don't want to happen. Now, hate develops with pain plus fear over time equals hate. Right? If you got a lot of bad pain that tears you down and fear of the things that you don't want to happen over time, over and over again, you become a hater. Hater of what? Hater of whatever the source of that pain and fear is. If it's heights, let's take heights. This is just generic. If you're afraid of heights and you're constantly exposed to heights, you're going to have a hatred towards the location or the place or the fact that you're in a high place looking down and it's far and you're afraid of falling. You have a hatred of heights because over 10 years you felt the pain and fear of what could happen if you fell. You're preserving yourself. You're trying to make sure you're safe. Okay, security plays a big factor in hatred. People that are haters and hate usually have a security problem. Security with what? Security in themselves, who they are, who they think they are, who has told them or raised them or influences them. And a lot of it is self-talk. A lot of it is negative self-talk. You're insecure and you speak negatively to yourself. You tear yourself down. And over time, basically, you learn to hate yourself. Now, how does this happen? Let's look at the formula. Pain and fear plus time. A lot of this is caused by negative self-talk about yourself, what you feel and you think about yourself. You don't like yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't develop yourself. So you learn to hate yourself. This is just a natural outcome of the equation here. So because you hate yourself, I'm not saying this is you, I'm saying this is a lot of people. You want to try to solve that problem. And the way the human mind works is we are constantly, especially the male brain, looking at trying to solve problems. So how do I solve that problem? Well, unless I admit it's my fault, it's my fault that I got to this point, that you hate yourself because you didn't deal with the pain and the fear over time. I need to outsource that blame to someone else. I need to outsource it to something else. And what does that mean? Basically what it boils down to, you are now not just a hater, but a victim. So what do we do when we get to this point? We're a victim. We're blaming someone else. We're blaming something else. It's not my fault. All the pain and fear and the time that I've suffered through time from someone else because somebody else did something, said something that caused me pain and fear. Something caused me fear. And I didn't deal with it over time because either I didn't know or I didn't have somebody tell me how to do it. It's not my fault. So I'm going to blame someone else. I'm going to blame something else. I'm going to blame an experience. I'm going to blame my childhood. I'm going to blame my dad. I'm going to blame everybody. You become a victim and the cycle continues and continues over and over again. So how do we break that cycle, guys? How do we break from the pain, fear over time, becoming a victim because we're blaming someone else and it's not my fault? We start here. It is my fault. State the problem, look in the mirror, say it's my fault, and start there, okay? Yeah, sounds simple, right? It's not so simple. You got a big ego, and you got you think it's not your fault? You've just played the victim. Who wants to be a victim? I want to be a victim. If that's you, you're stuck. You're stuck forever because you'll never move on from not being able to solve that issue because it's not your fault. All right, so what's the solution? Here's the solution, guys. It's my fault. I'm going to take accountability and responsibility and ownership for everything that I did wrong. In the relationship, at the job, whatever is going on. I had a goal, a dream, I didn't hit it. Whose fault is it? It's your fault. It's my fault, right? My kid's a rebel. Where was it my fault? My kids don't admire me, look up to me. My wife doesn't admire me. Whose fault is it? I got to take ownership for whatever I take ownership for in that situation. From there, you need humility. So cut the ego, humility, and you got to mean it. When you talk to people and you want to make amends, you make things right, you take ownership of your part. You don't tell them, here's your part, here's my part. Now, you admit your part, I'll admit, no, that's not how it works. It's my fault. I was a bad husband, I was a bad father, I was a bad friend, I'm a bad family member, or like I didn't live up to my standard that I say I lived by, or I dropped the standard, or my principles weren't kept and I didn't meet the quota or the goal. I'm sorry, team, it's my fault. You know what's going to happen when that happens? You're going to find that the people in your life are going to take responsibility and ownership for their stuff too, because they see a leader. They see someone who's taken ownership of their stuff. So this whole cycle of hatred, guys, I wanted to talk about the point that there's a lot of people on social media that feel the liberty to leave hate statements and criticism for people that are trying to be good people. You know what I'm saying? Now I follow Andy, love Andy, talk to Andy. We share a very similar story, and I've been through a lot with my family. Some of you guys know our story about what we've been through. And there are people with hearts that just want to serve and help people, that they have haters. Why? Because of this cycle right here. They hate themselves. They got to put it off on someone else because they don't want to start doing the work on themselves to change. So, which is it helps those guys because social media doesn't know what morality is. It just kind of like spots engagement. So when you hate or when you love somebody and you leave a comment, it doesn't matter. You're promoting their content. So for the content creator, he's like, shoot, say whatever you want, man. Just make sure you post something. And the guy who's trying to make a point wants to be seen, wants to be heard because they're not willing to do this. You know, they're playing this and they want to offset it on this, someone else. Look, you're just helping those people. In fact, stop doing that, dude. Help yourself. Reach out to these people that are good people, set an example. Get some help and say, hey, my life's messed up, dude. I haven't been the best human being. Can you please give me some advice? Can I sit down with you? A good coach will sit down, will listen to you, and will, in humility, give you a path out of this cycle. Okay? Don't stay here, guys. And I was here for years and years and years. I didn't deal with my pain. I didn't deal with my fear. and it turned me into a hater. I hated myself, and so I hated others. I said things and I believed things about others that weren't true. I tore people down. I didn't build anyone up. I had a very big insecurity problem. I had big ego, huge ego. And check that now, I got a lot of good guys around me. Had no humility, blamed everybody else, blamed something else. And so wrapping this up, guys, I encourage you, I have been through this. I've been where you're at. And if you're in this cycle right now, I want you to reach out to me. Either drop me a DM, drop a comment down below, say, hey, that's me. Or if you're not comfortable doing that, DM me, say, hey, bro, I'd like to reach out to you, get together, talk a little bit about what you were talking about. I'm about serving people and helping people, guys. I needed to help myself and I needed to change, and now I want to help other people and serve other people and see you guys win too. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. I am more than willing to talk and sit down and give a phone call and text you guys. I'll see you on the next video. I hope this helps. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.